Let's do a story involving one of our best friend's favorite foods.
What?
Pickles.
Oh, Marcus.
Marcus Parks.
He liked pickles.
He loves pickles.
And he honestly...
unapologetically loves them, unironically loves them. He's a connoisseur of the pickle. He knows certain pickle. You can tell a pickle by the snap.
You say he's a connoisseur of
He
pickles.
is.
To be honest, he's kind of more of a pickle fucking slut.
Whoa.
He'll do whatever. He'll take
What do
whatever
you mean?
pickles around.
Yeah, but that's called being a connoisseur.
No, it's not. A connoisseur
Yeah, it
means
is.
you... No. A connoisseur would mean you would carefully choose a pickle that was would suit your taste.
Well, we'll have to have him on the show to discuss at some point.
I don't know when we'll speak to him next.
This week we'll be traveling with him, and we can't wait to see him. And we will have a conversation about snacks in the green room once again.
Oh, I'm afraid to.
I'm not going to bring it up.
No, I'm not going to bring it up. He's the one who fights for the same. He fights against all the sandwiches. We'll get into this.
A man, he had no pants.
Yep.
And he was in Florida. So he was a Florida man, believe it or not. He was arrested. He was spotted pleasuring himself with a pickle while on a private premise.
Hey, he's on a private premise.
Maybe.
It wasn't his.
I don't believe that it was.
That seems to be always the problem.
There was a phone call around 4 p.m. and they were like, there's a suspicious person. He seems to be jerking off with a pickle.
Now, when they say jerking off with a pickle, did it mean that there was a hollowed out pickle that his penis was inside of? Or is this a pickle up the butt scenario?
Okay, so he had his penis in one hand and a large uneaten pickle in the other.
I'm glad. I'm glad it was uneaten because that would be unsanitary.
And then, oh my God. And then he was using the pickle to penetrate his rectum.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Well, he was masturbating. So he was taking the pickle, jamming it up there, which that's not a Vlasic. Because Vlasics are like, we snap, we
It's got
pop.
to bend, yeah.
That's got to be a frozen pickle.
That's a big deal.
That's a Poo Poo Pickle.
Take a pickle, paint him brown. That's what he did. Turn that frown upside down. It's a Poo Poo Pickle.
It's a Poo Poo Pickle. So the man was shoving a pickle up his buttocks,
God
and then he
bless him.
was jerking off.
Someone's got to. Let me see. Oh, what
this
a
is the
proud
guy.
smile.
Well, he doesn't look that ashamed. It seems as if this is something that he kind of wanted. It also looks like he's wearing nursing scrubs. So if he is a nurse, thank you for your service.
Thank you
And
for your
also,
service.
you get one shoving a pickle up your butthole while you publicly masturbate.
Why can't that
How
be
many
so?
lives has he saved?
If he was an active RN nurse during COVID,
Yep.
I think he should be allowed one public masturbation.
I completely agree.
Give him one. Give him a fucking shot. Let him be him. He kind of looks like the lead character from Prince of Egypt.
Oh, a little bit.
Little Yul Brynner.
He was arrested, and then he was charged with misdemeanor exposure of sexual organs. And he was being held in the Pinellas County Jail in lieu of a $150 bond. So really not that big of a punishment.
No, they were not
a pickle up your butthole
No.
and jerking off in public. I actually thought there might be a little bit more to that.
Well, I actually kind of interested only just because where was it? Because I feel like that kind of measures what the crime is. Like, if you're inside the gymnasium of an elementary school,
right,
you'll probably get a certain different level of crime. Or less if he's in the parking lot of a Piggly Wiggly or like some form of Burger King, a lot of times they're just happy somebody's out there using the parking lot.
Well, you'll be happy to know this was actually in the Tampa Bay area.
Wow. Oh, so it's just Pinellas. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, and so it's Eric Detige. He's 47. He was lying on his back in the front of a townhouse in Oldsmar. So he has said that he hasn't really said anything, but the words on his body have spoken loudly because jail records note that he has a tattoo. And that tattoo on his arm says, "Only God can judge me." And isn't that true? And I'm just going to tell you this right now. God did judge you.
He did.
And he would be like, yo, man, you're taking the fruit that I made, the vegetable I made, you're shoving it up your asshole.
That's not what it's for.
That is not what it's for.
Okay, here, hey, listen here, all right? And pickles, first of all, you pickled it. That was a cucumber before, all right? That was a perfectly normal cucumber, and you made it sour, all right? It's fine, whatever. I didn't say anything about that, all right? But honestly, when it comes down to it, it's a waste of food.
I also have to say,
you could use your fingers or a pole. You could use anything you want. I gave you sticks. You could use a stick. You could carve off the end of a stick, make it nice and round and soft, kind of scrape off other hard parts and put it right inside your butt. That's what I gave you.
I do love some of
That's
these
where
comments.
I was carrying you.
Exactly, when there was one set of footprints in the sand.
The other
along
one,
with...
That was when you were riding Jesus front face with his dick up inside your fucking asshole, and he's carrying you around like a basket he could fuck.
Oh, well, wouldn't that be nice to be penetrated by the Lord? I do love some of the comments. Gene Kelly, I would assume
The dancer?
No, I would assume someone who is
not that.
Probably didn't like that man, actually.
Yeah, probably thinks he's
maybe
the enemy of the
orientation.
state or something. Yeah.
He says, "This is a crime. How?" Yeah, because he was shoving that pickle up his butthole, and he was publicly masturbating.
Cut to him just
Gene
sitting
Kelly-
naked on a Jimmy John sandwich. Like,
What is this?
how's this a crime?
Is this a crime
What are
now?
you talking about? Come on. You can't rape a pickle. Can't scream.
Yep. So anyway, apparently there are some sympathizers, and again, be careful out there.
I'm
If
so
you,
sick of the goddamn internet.
This story is really interesting, Henry. Do you want to do this one? Speaking of, this is really no segue when it comes to people pleasing, but UTIs.
Yeah. Oh, God.
We don't got
It could really help the poor people of this country.
That's the UBI, and that is a classic Zabrowski bit.
Doing it. I'll do it on stage. You'll see it this weekend.
It's a urinary tract infection. This 45-year-old woman, she had one, and then it turns out it wasn't a UTI. She actually had a glass tumbler stuck in her bladder for 4 years. What is happening?
I just don't know how, first of all, you don't sit around one day and say, where's that glass that I used to have? I ain't really think weird that. All I know is my pussy hurts. And then also, how big's your pee-pee hole?
Well,
I guess you can do that. Email sidestorieslpotl@gmail.com. How big is your pee-pee hole?
Well, she said that, so this is a 3-inch wide thing, right? And she said that she would use this drinking glass as a sex toy for a number of years.
God.
And then she inserted it into her urethra.
Do they have a picture of the woman?
No, they say
she's Tunisian.
She's Tunisian. So she inserted it into her urethra instead of her vagina. And then because of that, she had a whole bunch of problems. Take a look at that thing.
That's a fucking goblet.
It's a green glass.
No, is this real?
It's the New York Post. There's no way it's not.
Oh my God. Why are we on the New York Post? I love how they have this stock footage in the article where it's just a woman rubbing her lower belly going, frowning, being like, I mean, that stock footage woman had no fucking clue it was going to be about someone sticking a cocktail glass up your pee-pee avenue.
No, indeed it wasn't. So the risky activity involves inserting a glass or object into the urethra to, quote, heighten sexual pleasure and arousal. Now, I had actually heard of men doing this. It's called sounding.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
I didn't realize that women could, because the pee hole, I mean, I guess maybe it's the same size as the boys got there. I don't know, but I never heard of a woman doing that before.
We were just all in quarantine for so long.
Well, this was pre-quarantine.
I know, but then I feel like when you're in quarantine, you really kind of like, at some point, how did she not rediscover it?
Well, I don't.
Where did the pee-pee go? March 5th, 2022. 10 p.m. local time. I was out driving around with a guy I just started talking to. We were out by the airport, just cruising around, listening to music, and getting to know one another.
All right. Well, this is the most suspect beginning of any Mothman.
They're making out. They're making out.
Okay.
We decided to park to smoke some bud. One thing led to another. We were in the back seat. And when as he looked up and started screaming, "What the flag?" Something with 4 letters in an F. Over and over and over again. What the flag?
Whoa. I think it was more like, fuck.
Oh, that's the word. It was then that we felt like something bumped into the side of the car. And then when someone slammed up the side, like,
oh my God, it's the
like
scariest thing of all time. The director of, what is it, Heebie-Jeebies?
oh,
Jeepers Creepers?
Jeepers Creepers. Get him out of here.
Oh.
He molested a boy, and he still continues to work in the show business. We don't know how.
Oh, what a wonderful institution.
A security guard shows up. So I sat up, and I saw a pair of bright red eyes and a big black body looking into the driver's side window into the back seat. It scared the both of us, and we both started screaming out loud. This thing kept looking into the car, and then it just disappeared. The security guard shows up. They made us get out of the car, started asking us why we were there. But after looking at us, they started asking about what we had seen. We told them, and they screamed at us, "You get dressed and you get the hell out of here. You little lovers, because I don't get to kiss here. I don't ever get to kiss here unless it's Greg." And Greg doesn't like my kisses. He has to pretend I'm a woman.
Oh, Greg, come on. The couple was a 20-year-old Hispanic lady and a 26-year-old. And they were just there. They were making out. This actually sounds quite romantic. It reminds me of Wayne's World when they were hanging out. I mean, Wayne and Garth never boned to our knowledge, although I'm sure there's some fan fiction out there.
Yes.
But remember, they were just hanging out and they were watching the planes go by. They were having a good conversation.
Yes.
It seems like there could be some romance here. And I'm almost envious, even if this isn't real, I'm envious that they, got to just spend some time together alone in a car near an airport.
But they went and they looked him back up. We just know for a fact that there has just been, it just continues. Mothman sightings and giant flying humanoid sightings continue. The Phantoms of Monsters, they followed up with this person who wrote in, and they basically got the skinny again. They said the whole story again. They said that the worst part really was the faces of the security guys when they came to talk to them, seeing how scared that they were. So who knows? That to me is kind of the real marker of that. When you start to act like you really have seen something weird, because sometimes it takes a while for your brain to sort of register that you're seeing something that you're not used to seeing, because your brain is really always trying to fight to find a way to validate something.
To humanize the, I forget what it's called. There's some term for it.
Anthropomorphications?
Anthropomorphications.